What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, and back at long last with more George Michael. Indeed, we're going to begin the next chapter in the George Michael journey, the 1996 album Older. I wanted to give a massive thank you once again to Michaela, who has sent me a great many things, and who actually already made this album available in digital form, but recently sent along a physical copy, so I'm quite happy to have the CD. And very soon, this mysterious face of George on the CD cover will be up on my music wall, so once again, big shout out to you. And the first track on the album is Jesus to a Child. Of course, the name Jesus needs little introduction. This is a name with great religious and cultural significance around the world. I wonder if it could relate to the scriptural narrative of Jesus being born as a human child. I feel, though, the phrasing more likely suggests understandings related to Jesus for a human child in more modern times. So, yes, ultimately it's a phrase which definitely suggests a certain direction, although even then I wouldn't be surprised if there's more than meets the eye, if the phrasing is just the tip of the iceberg, but I'll see what I can catch on a first listen. This is George Michael, the track is Jesus to a Child, and it's the first tune on his 1996 album Older.
Anything again, but now Come to you on those cold, cold nights. When you've been loved, when you know it holds such bliss, then the love that you kissed will comfort you when there's no hope inside. So the words you could not say, I'll sing them for you. And the love you would have made, I'll make it for two. For every single memory has become a part of me. You will always be my love. Well, I've been loved, so I know just what love is. And the love that I kissed is always by my side. Oh, the love I still miss was Jesus to a child.
Not even Luca can resist the visual charm of Mr. George. So yes, a very beautiful tune. It reminds me in a way of like the sonic backing of like a Sade tune. It has that smooth, soulful type of atmosphere with admittedly more of a sad bent. So yeah, it sounds like a complicated relationship which has gone on a long time and for which the narrator waited for it to turn in his favor as he sees it, but then right as it did, the other person seemingly recoiled or took away their love, and yet he's also saying that at the last minute they saved his soul and they smile at him like Jesus to a child, which sounds like a very loving and caring type of smile. So yes, I don't quite know the dynamic other than it sounds like something that could have been, maybe was meant to be, but then didn't quite turn out that way, but they still managed to take hold of him or keep him in a way that he felt like he was cared for. I don't quite know what to make of that line. What was it like? Something about like lovers on a certain night and the way he feels inside. I'm forgetting exactly what the phrasing was, but making reference again to cold nights, like lovers on a cold night. So yeah, it sounds like this is a connection, maybe unrequited, that has gone on for a very long time, and he's acknowledging that it's not what maybe he would want it to be, but it doesn't sound like he's bitter or angry at the other party, and indeed he seems to be suggesting in the end they saved his soul, so they looked upon him fondly and lovingly. So yeah, curious to hear what people have to say about the narrative or the relationship suggested by the song. But very beautiful vocals from George. I love that acoustic guitar. It gave it a nice lush type of atmosphere, and again, it's a slow dance type of song. It's a song for really like contemplating and reflecting emotionally, or if you're with someone else for dancing in a very intimate way. It feels like that type of tune. So yeah, really cool opening. I do feel like it's really interesting to have gone through a lot of the Wham material once, or at the same time I was beginning to go through the George solo material, because, again, and obviously this is years after the ending of the Wham run, but this feels so light years away from the Wham material. So yes, it's definitely George forging his own path and doing so in a very emotive and visually compelling way. So yes, great vocals, very cool songwriting, even if I don't quite know how to read it all, and a lovely, lush sonic atmosphere. Do let me know what you think, and when we come back, the next track will be Fast Love, as one word apparently, and that sounds like it might have a meaning far down on the other side of the emotional spectrum. I suppose we'll find out when we get there. Thank you again to Michaela, as well as Nigel, I believe, who sent me the George Michael material up to this point. Do let me know what you think, and I will see you next time, as will Luca. Peace.